Hello, Captain Ryan and the world.
Hello.
How are you?
It's a Sunday.
Yeah, we've had a busy day so far.
Yeah, busy day.
Maximizing our time.
Yes.
That's the title. Time and focus.
Time management.
Oh, I don't know if I like the word management though.
Nah, I don't like that word at all.
Yeah,
actually.
I think it makes me just think of the corporate world with management. Ugh. But anywho, I do like to, sorry, I just dropped something. I do love to talk about time as a very unique aspect of our lives, right?
Right.
Because we do action and we never know when it's really going to quote unquote manifest. I know you love that word in our lives. And you have to keep showing up and staying focused.
Yes, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say you're really, really good at that.
Yeah, some days.
Yeah, but you are. You are. People wonder how you do it with fishing. And number one, you're completely obsessed. You're just a freak about that. But also, two, you really put in the time and the focus. And I think that's really important because most people don't. And then they wonder why they don't have results in whether it's fishing in this case, or their business, or their relationships. They just don't put in the time and the focus, and you have to do that.
Yeah.
It's not an option, people.
Yeah, it's not an option. Aside from the fishing, I like to do other stuff, so I like to manage my time that way. I take once or twice a month, I like to write a technical blog because it's just something that I like to do. So, and then it's also a good way to help people and give them really good information. So, like information that they can use.
The one you wrote today, blew my socks off. Not that I wear socks because we live in the Keys, but blew my socks off. Oh, you do wear socks. I won't even go down the path of the slides.
I like to wear socks.
He does wear socks all the time with gym shoes and stuff. I wear socks with gym shoes, but in general, I don't wear socks. But anywho, the Wahoo blog, the science of Wahoo fishing, is truly incredible. And you spent all day yesterday focused on writing on that.
Yep.
Writing that.
All day focused on that. I like to add in I started adding in some tables and just things to make it to where you can, because sometimes when you're reading, I found you kind of get lost in the words, but I like tables and formats like that. Just something that I wanted to do this year with the blog more is add more tables and just make it to where people can look at it and make a little bit more sense out of it. So
yeah, you had that creative idea to do that.
Yep.
And you took action and you did it.
Yeah, and then I'll I'll do a blog on I don't know, a technique or something like that, like a rig. There's just so much out there on YouTube and stuff, and I mean. Honestly, I don't like to go back and recreate something that's already out there 10 times, So
mm-hmm.
But that's just me. So it's like with the YouTube stuff, I like to do when I feel called to do a YouTube video, I'll do it. Not just I'm not putting it out there for the views. If I feel that it's going to be something that's going to help somebody, technical wise, I'll do it because that's what I like to do. I like to do the more technical stuff than and then once in a while I do some fishing videos, but it's actually really tough recording with clients, and they don't really like to be filmed, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things.
Yeah. So our journey with YouTube is just so different than guys that are influencers or fish recreational, because Ryan actually has charter clients and he has to focus on that versus recording. So I'll always be like, did you get good pictures? And, and he does still get really good pictures, but I get a lot of the pictures at the marina when they get back. So we focus that way. So it's really understanding your business and your business model and where you have to adjust your focus in order to still show up and serve and do all the things that you need to do to make a successful business.
Yeah.
So having the consciousness to change and pivot to what really makes sense for you is super important, and not just follow somebody else's blueprint.
Yep, that's exactly the truth. I mean, it's always been a struggle for me with the YouTube stuff, but now I'm like, when I feel called to do it, I do it. I put some fun shorts up there, and
he likes his shorts.
I like to do that.
If you don't follow Ryan on YouTube, you should. He likes doing his shorts. It's kind of funny.
It's funny. So it's just fun. It's just for me. It's like, And then with the regular videos now, like I said, I do some Satfish stuff, and I do maybe in the future I'll do something else. But right now I have no plans. It just happens when it happens.
Yeah. So this podcast, we're aiming to do it every other week. So that's our focus. And because honestly, when Ryan and I look at how much content we create and that we actually have a tangible business, it's just not an online business like most other coaches. Like we have a different dynamic in terms, again, of our focus. So focusing and doing this podcast and showing up every other weekend, let's say, is how we're addressing that. And then knowing over time, like we will be having an audience built for this. Mm-hmm. But where people just consistently mess it up is they don't have a focus that's unique for them. And they're trying to just copy someone else. And then they don't put in the reps. They don't put in the reps, and you have to put in the reps. It doesn't happen overnight. I had just recorded a YouTube like last week. I'll put the link in the show notes, and I'm going to be chopping it up for my social media content. But it really went through the journey that Good Karma Sport Fishing really didn't get consistent momentum for like 6 years. And then my sales business, when I was a sales rep, it was 5 years. So, and this was before like what's going on out there now with people and density and overconsumption and just scrolling and not taking action. This was like back in, 2012, let's say. 2009 is when I started in sales. 2012 is when we started Good Karma Sport Fishing. So back then, like you didn't have all these distractions and all this other, stuff in your life. It was a much simpler life. All that stuff was just starting. So now it's even harder. So if you're starting a business, you really have to understand that it's the long game, and you have to stay focused and put in the reps over time to actually like have stuff start to build momentum.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a while.
It takes a while. And we didn't even realize it, because the thing about collapsing time, and I share this with my private clients, so I'll share this with all of you, is collapsing time is all about not paying attention to time. It's kind of a paradox in terms of like, don't pay attention to time and then you will collapse time. And that's when I lost weight back in 2020, that was exactly what happened. I did the reps every day in terms of changing my eating behavior, changing my mindset. And then all of a sudden, like, shoot, I lost 44 pounds in 3.5 months. And so it's really about that. And the huge piece of that is if you can literally just stay laser focused and not have junk in your life, like you will be able to do that so much faster. It's just how it works. It's literally how the universe works, is staying focused.
Yeah.
And not paying attention to the time.
Yep, exactly right.
But knowing it may take time.
Yeah, it takes time. It's like,
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight, that's for sure.
No, it doesn't. There's no overnight success. And somehow out there in the land of social media and coaching, these coaching programs sell all this different stuff that, all this is going to like happen in a minute, but it's actually just not true. It is not true. Like, unless you are the unicorn that's right there ready to pop, and you've got it all lined up, it's just that one little thing that helps you get over the edge. But if you really pay attention to what's going on, it's not that at all. It's very, very rare that happens. You have to put in the reps over time.
Right.
You have to put in the reps over time. I could talk about that forever. I could give coach examples of coaches who promote one way, but because I've been following them a long time or bought their programs back in 2021, 2022, I can tell you that's not exactly what happened, and they're not sharing all those details So you just have to be wise to that. Be wise to that and stay your course and stay focused. And just know that eventually, if this is truly what's on your heart and is truly your blueprint and how you serve and how you show up and what is your business, it will happen. It has to. It's inevitable. It is literally inevitable. Like Ryan and I have had so many discussions over the years of, is there anything else you would want to do? And he's like, no. And then he'd be like me, is there anything else you want to do? Nope. So that's it. Like, it is that. It is that. Like, so you're just like, okay, if this is it and nothing else has come across my path, like I have to trust that this is what I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to continue to show up every day, pivoting and tweaking along the way. But every day it's in alignment. It's in alignment to limitless 100%. Potential. So I know that, you know, if anyone knows us for a long time, you know that Ryan would choose fishing over anything else, and that includes myself. And it's on my website. So I know that, you know, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. So, and we're very blessed to do that. I totally know that as well. Very grateful, very grateful to so many people involved in that process too. I always like to say that because that's always on our hearts. But, you know, it's just the focus over time that we know will continue to create success, whatever that looks like.
Yeah. That's it in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Yep. And you have definitely put in the time.
Yep.
So if anyone wants to know like how Captain Ryan does it, there you go. That's it. He's obsessed, literally obsessed, and he puts in the time. He puts in the focus.
Yeah.
Every day. We get up 2:00 when there's a charter, 3-4 o'clock when there's not a charter. And I'm not kidding. Like, I'm literally not kidding. And we go to bed early. We don't have a crazy lifestyle. We used to, so we're not judging anyone that does, but we don't really hit the bars or do anything like that ever. We may go out to dinner once in a while.
Once in a while.
Yeah. We've changed our diet drastically since August.
Yep.
So that's been a factor in our lives, big time, as far as eating habits. But yeah, we stay focused. We stay absolutely focused. So yeah. So I hope this encourages someone out there to just like get a little like oomph back in their step, because as a coach who uses human design in her coaching practice, and if you ever want a human design reading, you can go to my website, the Work Together page on melindavanfleet.com. It has all the offers that I have available, including links to sign up for one-on-ones, anything like that. Everything's there. I keep it up to date, my calendar, etc. And you can have a human design reading. I would say that's probably like the 45-minute reading, or you can do the longer one. And I can tell you right up, are you someone that needs motivation? And if so, that's okay. And once you realize that that's okay, like, oh, it's like your life changes. You're just like, oh my gosh, I realize that I'm just someone designed by God that needs motivation. And that's it. Your ego sits down, and you just go, okay, who's going to motivate me today? I have a handful of some people that are really motivating, and I'm going to tap into them, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going, because that is how the winners do it. They have mentorship. They have coaches. They follow along to listening to certain people's voices that are activating, and they keep going. And that's like super important too.
Yep.
So Ryan's got me, right?
That I do.
And we balance each other. So I've got him. So it's always been kind of crazy. Like if I'm having a bad day, you normally get me out of it, or vice versa. So it's actually kind of magical sometimes. I think about that. Do you ever think about that? I know. Ryan likes the magic. He does. But it's true. If you need someone to motivate you, I think that's like a huge piece of this whole world that we're living in, is like people get in their own way about that, and they put up resistance. Like, no, I don't need anybody. I got this. Well, do you really? It's okay if you don't. Like, it's truly okay if you don't. And that's how these people do it. If they don't, they hire someone, and then they're able to keep going. And that is really, really important. So on that nugget too, I have created 6-week program using Telegram. And if you've never used Telegram before, it is truly incredible. It's like having a coach in your back pocket. It's an app on your phone, and other coaches are doing it. I love that. So I've created my own 6-week, and it's called Evolve and Escalate. So What I want to do is offer these regularly and have like different focuses. But this focus is basically like, what do you know that you needed to show up for more this year in 2025? Let's like hit that on the head right now, straighten that up, get our momentum back and heading into 2026. And I can bet you that every single person out there has something on their list, if they were truthful, that they wish that they would have kept going with. So this will explain a lot of things in the 3D and in the metaphysical, and will really help you get back on track. 6 weeks of me in Telegram with open conversation for Q&A along the way. It's going to be really, really epic, and I'm super excited to start this. So it starts on November 11th, and I will have the link in the show notes as well. And I know we've got lots of programs going on in Good Karma Sport Fishing educational programs too.
Yep. Yeah, we have a lot going on.
Yeah, your Wahoo Plugs has gotten rave reviews.
Yep, Wahoo Plugs released the first one. I'm super excited about that one. I'll start on that one. I'm started on that one, and that one will go out this week.
Yeah, lesson number 2.
So lesson number 2.
Yeah,
I'm cracking a lot into it.
Yeah,
It's a different program than what I've done in the past.
Because yours is going to have a live Q&A Zoom chat as the final week. Week 4. And we're really digging this format. We changed the format as well from doing 8 weeks intensives to this 4-week intensive. And we both like this format better for lots of reasons.
Yeah.
So look 100%. Forward to more after that too. So we stay very focused on what is working in our business, when we need to change it up and try something new. And we're always like really focused on bringing new creativity and innovation into our programs. So this is something that I can help people with. If you're feeling a little stuck, if you're feeling a little stale, like I know how to crack the nut on these things, and I can help you with that too. So anything else, Captain Ryan?
I think that's it. Yeah. If you want to check out what I got going on, you can follow me on Instagram at Good Karma Sport Fishing _FL_keys, and check out my website, goodkarmasportfishing.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I will put all of this information in the show notes. Thank you, Captain Ryan.
Yeah.
How do you want to close it out?
Let's see. Anytime you're fishing. It's all good.
Thanks for listening, everyone.